So hello, 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 and welcome, 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 welcome. I want to thank those on TikTok for hanging around. Those that are on TikTok, I want to thank you for hanging around. I was trying to get situated over here on the desktop over here on the laptop. I meant trying to get situated on these platforms for some reason or another. It deleted me. It told me I needed to reconnect to the site, and then when I went to reconnect to the site, it told me that that site was not available. It told me that it was mine. How you gonna tell me what's mine and what's not mine? I was confused, but nevertheless, y'all, I got it. I got it straight. I got it going, and yet we are live on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and Facebook. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, y'all. We are on a 21-day challenge. This is for all of my authors, even my creatives. You can take some of this advice, you can take some of these nuggets and probably apply it to what you are doing as well. For those that are trying to figure out exactly what their target audience is, and that's what we're going to be talking about. We have been on a we're day 4. We've been on a journey, sharing about our brands, getting some clarity about our brands and things of that nature. So I have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed these last 3 days, and looking forward to the rest of this journey, y'all. We are day number 4, so that means we got 17 more days. 17 more days on this journey. 17 more days on this journey. So y'all know me. I got to pull out my handy dandy notes. Got to pull out my handy dandy notes, and we gonna breeze on through this so y'all can go on and enjoy the rest of your day. If for those that are partaking in this holiday, um, and please be safe if you're out there in them streets. But for those that are hanging around and in these social media streets, be careful in these social media streets as well, y'all. I am yet working, y'all. Y'all know me. I don't get into all the holidays. If it ain't a holy day, I really ain't into it. But nevertheless, um, I'm yet working, yet being that change that I desire to see in this world, y'all. And that's what we got to do in this season. We got to stay on that wall. We got to stay on that wall. So with that being said, y'all, today is day 4 of the 21-day challenge. Today is target audience spotlight. So finding my reader, who I write for and why. So one of the most powerful steps on an author's journey is understanding who you are writing for. Today, for the 21-day visibility challenge, I'm excited to take you behind the scenes and shine a spotlight on my ideal reader, in the heart and soul, inspiring every chapter of my books. So, who is my ideal reader? My ideal reader is someone longing for growth, in faith, in confidence, and in purpose. They may be facing life crossroads, battling self doubt, or wrestling with questions about their identity or calling. My readers are hungry for the truth. They want wisdom, lasting change. Whether you're an adult, a young adult, or learning to stand on your own, or if you're a parent seeking to lead your family with strength, or if you are a dreamer, not afraid to take the next step, you are the one I write for. You are the one that I show up for. You are the one that I do what I do for. Why? What are some of the things that pains you? Some of the things that makes you want to pick up one of my books? Because I write about feelings of inadequacy or not being enough, for it challenged you in the challenges in front of you. but it challenges you to go outside of your box. I write for those that fear that they're going to fail. They have that fear of failure or stepping out of their comfort zone. I write for those that may feel lonely or disconnected, feelings of misunderstood or undersupported by others. I write for those that spiritually struggle, such as wondering where God is in their pain or how to answer his voice. I write for those that may feel overwhelmed, those that may be going through anxiety, those that are trying to juggle life demands without clarity on their next step. That's who I write for. I write for those that may be going through some of the very things that I suffered through and that I went through. So if you are that person that feel inadequate, fear of failure, loneliness or disconnected, spiritual struggling, overwhelm and anxiety, guess what? I write for you. I write to educate my readers on biblical grounding principles of overcoming struggles. Not something that someone told me, but something I experienced. My books offer tangible tools, relatable stories, and hope that you are never alone, whatever challenge may come at you. What are your dreams and interests? The readers who connect with my books, they're dreamers at heart. They desire to rise above their past, build beyond a life anchored in God's purpose. They believe in growing in confidence, not just for themselves, but so that they can help others around them as well. My readers, they like to strengthen their relationships, not only with themselves, but with God and those around them. My readers also like to discover and activate their gifts to serve and to inspire. My readers are those that want to make a difference, and they're making a difference, not only in their lives, but their family lives, their community lives, and those that they come in contact with, because they believe that they are the change that they desire to see in this world. See, I strive to empower these readers, to give them not just information, but the courage to live out their faith boldly and authentically. My content is designed to spark that aha moment and offer a soulful encouragement and provide the tools needed to transform not just your life, but dreams into reality. Guess what? I encourage my readers. Here's what I want you to know. As my reader, you are seen, you are valuable, and guess what? Your story matters too. Your dreams matter deeply, not only to me as an author, but to God who created you. The journey may be messy, and the questions may be a lot, and they may feel big, they may be small. But with each page, I hope that you sense a guiding hand, a cheerleader in your corner that's gently challenging you to become the best version of you. As you flip through these pages, I hope that you are encouraged, that you're educated, and you're empowered. Whether you just picked up my book or have been following me on this journey for not sure how many years, since about 2012, so what, 13 years? I'm honored to walk beside you, and with you. And my prayers is that every story, every scripture, and every encouragement will help you move forward braver, wiser, and more inspired to live your God given purpose. Y'all, we all got purpose. We didn't get dropped here. We got strategically placed here according to the word. It's not an accident. It's not a coincidence. You're here by design. You're here by purpose. So I want to thank you for being an inspiration behind every word that I've ever written. Together, let's keep growing. Let's keep educating ourselves, our minds, our souls, and our hearts, that we may be empowered and that our hearts may be empowered, and encouraging to our souls and to those that are around us. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I told y'all I wasn't gonna be before y'all long, and it don't take a lot. I just want to be obedient to what has been charged me, and it's been charged to do this challenge. See, it's not about holidays, because a lot of holidays that we celebrate, we shouldn't even be celebrating anyway. Because if we really go back and we think about it, we weren't even free when they talk about 4th of July. And they can say we crying because it's over and done with. We've been celebrating. Okay, well, continue to celebrate. I'm not telling nobody what to do. I'm just telling you what I do. I'm working. I'm doing what I'm yet doing. I want to yet get my brand out there. I want to yet show off my books. I want to yet show you guys what I'm doing and how I am trying to impact. Because at the end of the day, y'all, it's about what legacy we leave for ourselves. Because as we see, people will twitch and twatch and switch things and add to it and take away. But what are you leaving? What evidence are you leaving about your journey, about who you are and what you stand for? Y'all better put it in some books. Y'all better put it on some ebooks. Y'all better put it in some archives. Y'all better put it on some podcasts. Y'all better put it somewhere where people can hear you. Don't just allow people to tell you who you are and what you are, but you show them, and you show them by the evidence that you leave behind. Y'all, God gave me a voice, and not only did He give me a voice, but He gave me a mandate. And my mandate is to allow other people to be able to be a voice and to allow them to be able to share, y'all. It's nothing that I come on here and do, but it's something that God has allowed me to do. And He allowed me to do it through books. He allowed me to do it through anthology. He allowed me to do it through the things that I do with all of the platforms that I have. I don't just have one individual person come on the different platforms that I'm on. I like to bring individuals. I like to bring a panel of people on to give people a different perspective, because everybody that's on there, they may not feel the same way. They may have a different outlook. They may have something different. They may have went through it different, and they may have a different perspective. So we got to be able to look at different perspectives. See, we got to get to a point to where we're able to disagree, but still agree to disagree. It's okay. It's okay to not get along. It's not being argumentative or being disruptive with it, but it's okay to not agree with everything that somebody say. Because I wear glasses, so I may see something different that you may not see, or you may see something different that I didn't see because I got these glasses on. So because I didn't see that, don't mean that I still don't feel the way I feel, or I don't see what you see. I just may see it a little different. And we got to understand that it's okay to feel that way. But because we feel that way, that does not mean that we have to tear somebody down or discredit other people because they slightly feel different than we feel. Some people may have reserve, and they may have their reason for having reserves. But because they have that reserve does not mean that they're wrong for having that reserve. Let them feel how they feel. But that does not stop you from feeling how you feel and you wanting to act on what you have. Sometimes we got to learn how to separate ourselves from people that just don't. If they don't feel the way you feel and you feel highly that way, then sometimes you got to go over there with the people that feel the way that you feel. And then that way you can express yourself more. But sometimes you may not be able to express yourself right here. Because let me tell you something. See, people always quick to say that as a person of color that we are loud, we have attitudes, we don't what are some more of the stereotypes, the stigmas that they like to place on us? Loud, we argumentative, we don't want to listen, we need to get over. I've been hearing lately that we need to get over what? Like they say we need to get over. What do we need to get over? And then they love to say that we need to go back to Africa. And there's a video, and say I'm not gonna give out no statistics because I was on the platform the other day and someone told me I was giving out the wrong statistics. So I'm not giving out no numbers. I'm gonna stop giving out numbers and just give out what I know, and just have people to go look for themselves so they can find out for themselves. Because I know what I need to know. I know enough to know that I got to be a voice for myself, that I can't allow people to talk for me. I can't allow people to put their narratives out there. That I got to be able to present my narrative. I got to be able to share that I want to come forth. And we got to learn how to go look for some stuff. Because a lot of us, we want to listen to what everybody's saying. And sometimes what everybody's saying may not be what you need to be hearing, and everybody not gonna receive everything at the same time. See, sometimes it take people to go through a whole bunch of stuff before they realize that the truth been right there knocking at their door, been in their face, been slapping them on their cheeks before they realize that, hey, they are right. Let me listen to them. Let me listen to their side. Let me finally just humble myself. But see, some people will never get that place with them. So when they ask, will there always be racism? Yes, there will always be racism. And we are seeing it now more than ever. Target audience. Because it goes back to, if they would just pick up a couple of these books, if they would just pick up some of our literature and read some of our literature and just read some of it. It's about rising above the past and building towards something anchored in God's purpose. A lot of people don't even have God in their life, because if you have God in your life and you read the word, it say, love thy brother and sister as I love thy neighbor. So we're supposed to love our brothers as we love ourselves. And a lot of us don't even love ourselves. So we can't even love our neighbors, yet alone our brothers and our sisters. So we wondering if we're ever going to be able to rise above our past. Are we ever going to be able to rise above our past? People don't understand that, until we deal with a lot of the trauma that a lot of people keep getting passed down generation to generation because it never been dealt with the first time. See, people don't understand that when you carrying a child and you go through stuff, there's a such thing as your baby being born with those same things that you carried while you was carrying that child. If you was depressed, your child can be born depressed. It's been proven. Medically been proven, scientifically been proven. It's been proven. I got documentations that can prove it. I have a co-host that can show you where it has been proven. Nothing that nobody's telling you. Got a baby 3 days old that was diagnosed as a severe depressive disorder. So you tell me, can a child be born with the same thing that a parent is going through? If a mother that's carrying you for 9 months is depressed the whole 9 months, can that child be born depressed? If it's evident that if the child can be born with drugs in their system, if the mother has been using drugs, and the child be born with drugs in the system, that's evident. So don't you think the same thing that allows those drugs to get into the system of that child, that those same hormones and those same um, things can get passed on to the child? Do we think about that? and not the fact that even now it has been proven in New York and in some more states that uh, a child does not even, that their mind, their frontal lobe does not even function properly until they're in their 20 late 20s, like 25, 24, 25, 26, somewhere up in there. I ain't did no research on it, so I don't know for sure myself. I'm just going by what they have said, that has been said to be true. So none of this stuff that I'm saying anyway is true, because I'm not giving any facts, because I don't want to be giving out any wrong information, but just giving my feelings for the whole thing. So a lot of people, I feel like if you pick up some of my books, a lot of the things that a lot of these individuals, if a lot of these individuals will pick up some of the books that we got out here, that they could really truly see how we feel, how some of us as individuals, how some of us as brown people, as BKs, how we feel in this skin, because we share it in our writings. These experiences, these journeys allow us to be able to share through our writing, because a lot of people don't want to hear what we got to say. So because they don't want to hear what we got to say, we got to get these things out. So what we have turned to, we've turned to writing. We've turned to expressing these things through literature, through literary works, through monologuing, through podcasts, and through these various outlets that we have been blessed to have, because individuals don't want to hear what we got to say. And because they don't want to hear what we got to say, we had to provide outlets for ourselves to get these things out. I think I thank God for therapists. I thank God for brown people that look like us, that walk in those professions, that are willing to sit down and talk about those things, because a lot of people want to continue to brush mental health under the rug. They don't want to talk about it until it's one of these YTs that is going through, and then they don't done something, and then they want to talk about it. When if you go and pick up some of my books, I'm telling you, I'm sticking to the topic. I'm sticking to the topic. You can pick up some of my books. You can be educated. You can be empowered. You can be encouraged. You can make a difference. You can discover those strengths that you have inside. Some of these people that are jumping ship and saying that they support this and support that. Guess what? You have pains that have not been addressed. You have issues that have not been addressed. You feel inadequate. There are things that you have fear that you will fail. Not only that, you feel loneliness, you feel disconnected. And then I hear some of them want to pray for people. They want to act like they got a spiritual connection when they are spiritually struggling, because they don't even know where their purpose is, what they're supposed to be doing, because they're all over the place, because they have a fear of failing. They feel inadequate. They feel overwhelmed. They have anxiety that's knocking at their door. And then they wonder why they going through and why they feel like they feel. Pick up some of my books, y'all. I'm staying on topic. I'm staying on topic. We talking about books. We talking about knowing your target audience. And these are my readers. These are the people that feel inadequate. A lot of these people that follow, and a lot of this Carmela Anthony's they following the Carmela Anthony's lives, and they all got all these racial slurs to say. You know why you feel like that? Because you have so many pain points that you have not addressed. You've not been delivered from a lot of those things that your great grandmama, your great granddaddy, and a lot of these people, they suffered with these things, and a lot of them took them to their grave, and y'all still trying to uphold mess. Y'all still trying to uphold y'all racism. Why? Because you feel inadequate. You have a fear of failing, because you feel like we're gonna succeed, and yet you're not going to succeed. and you feel like we're going to take your place. We're going to move you out of the way because you're not keeping up. You're not keeping up with what you're supposed to be keeping up with. And then you're not keeping up with a lot of other people that have moved on beyond you, and you feel lonely. You feel disconnected. You don't feel like you're a part of what's going on. And then that overwhelming set in and that anxiety set in. Why? 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 Because we're not doing what we're supposed to. So how do we move past this? Pick up some of my books. Find your place. And I feel like if you're listening to this now, you are my target audience. And I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, you can post them in the comment section and I will reply. Thank y'all for tuning in. I hope you've been blessed on day 4 of this 21-day challenge, y'all. We have 17 more days to go. It's all about building your brand, being clear about that thing that you've been called to do. We're authors and we've been given a voice. We've been given an outlet to share. I am the author of over 121 literary works. I have a lot of different options, different ways that I have published my journey, my story. So you can go over to my website, which is www.angelathomassmithbooks.com, and you can check out some of my books. You can check out some of my events I got going on. You can check out some of the podcasts that we got coming up and some of the things that we got going on. Again, I want to thank you guys that tune in to watch me live. I appreciate it. If I blessed you and by anything that I've shared, I will ask that you would please share it with someone else or invite them to come back tomorrow because I'll be right back here tomorrow for day number 5. See y'all tomorrow. Have a great day.